Let me ask you something. Have you ever gotten to the end of the day, looked at your to-do list, and just felt defeated? You were busy all day, running around, but you accomplished nothing that actually mattered. Well, what if I told you that list, the very thing you think is helping you, is actually the problem? Yeah, one of the sources we're digging into today puts it so bluntly, it calls the to-do list a guilt manufacturing machine. I mean, think about that. It's a document designed to prove day in and day out that you're failing. So let's get into why that is, and more importantly, what the absolute top performers on the planet do instead. All right, so the first big idea here is kind of a tough pill to swallow, and it's this. Your to-do list is basically a lie. It's built on a massive confusion between the feeling of being busy and the reality of making progress. And this is where it gets into some really cool brain science. See, when you write down a big, long list of tasks, your brain gives you this little hit of dopamine just for the act of organizing. It's something they call planning dopamine. It feels good, right? It feels like you're being productive, but that's the trap. That feeling, that's just motion. The real deal, the thing that actually moves the needle in your life, that's progress. That's actually getting the important stuff done. And this right here, this is the result we've all lived through, right? It's 3 p.m., you've checked off a couple of small, easy things, you're completely drained. And that one big, important thing, the one task that could have actually changed the game today, it's just sitting there on the list, untouched, basically staring you down. So why does this keep happening over and over again? Well, here's the good news. It's not because you lack discipline. It's because your to-do list is giving your brain terrible instructions. Which brings us to our next part, how your brain is actually wired to cheat the system. Okay, so the first trap is called the paradox of choice. Here's how it works. When your brain sees a list of, say, 15 different tasks, it gets overwhelmed. Just deciding what to do takes energy. So you know what it does? It cheats. It scans the list and picks the absolute easiest thing, like answer that one quick email, just to get a fast, cheap win. It's a quick dopamine hit, even if that task was totally unimportant. And this right here exposes the single biggest, most fundamental flaw in the whole to-do list system. They reward busyness, not progress. Think about it. The whole setup encourages you to do easy stuff, to feel busy, which is really just a way to hide from the hard, uncomfortable work that would actually make a difference. And then there's the second trap. You've probably heard of this one, Parkinson's Law. It's the idea that work expands to fill the time available for its completion. And a to-do list, it has no time boundaries at all. It's just a bucket of tasks. So that thing that should take you 30 minutes, suddenly it's taking up your whole morning because your brain has no reason to feel any urgency. There's no deadline. Okay, so if the to-do list is completely broken, what's the alternative? What's the fix? Well, that brings us to part 3. The calendar is king. This isn't about managing tasks anymore. This is what the elite performers use to manage their time. And their entire philosophy is super simple, and it's totally non-negotiable. It's this. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. And they don't mean that metaphorically. They mean it literally. If you haven't scheduled it, it's not a task. It's just a vague wish. The actual method they use is called time blocking. And it's exactly what it sounds like. You give every single important task a specific time slot, a home on your calendar. The reason this is so powerful is because it acts as a forcing function. Basically, it gets rid of the need to decide what to do next. The decision is already made for you. Your only job is to look at the clock and execute. And this really shows the huge mental shift that happens. You stop asking that passive, draining question, what should I work on now? Instead, you ask a much simpler question. What does the clock say I'm supposed to be doing? Your calendar is in charge, not your indecisive brain. Now hold on, because this is the exact spot where most people mess this up. They hear time blocking and they try to schedule out every single minute of their day, and they burn out by lunch on Monday. No. To make this work, you have to master the most important part of this whole system, which is what we're talking about next, the one win. The real key to unlocking this whole thing is focusing on just one number, 1. That's it. See, real productivity isn't about how many things you cross off a list. It's about the massive impact of the one thing that truly matters. And how do you find it? You ask yourself one brutally simple question every single morning. What is the one thing that, if I get it done today, will make the entire day a success? That's it. Not 2 things, not 5 things, 1.
the one single domino that will knock over all the others.
And when you really adopt this mindset, the results are incredible. That feeling of overwhelm from a giant list, gone. The guilt you feel at the end of the day vanishes. That decision fatigue from trying to pick a task, eliminated. You actually guarantee you're moving the needle on what's important. And maybe best of all, you get that amazing feeling of having won the day before it's even noon. Everything else you do after that, it's all just extra credit. Okay, let's bring this all home. How do you actually put this into action, like tomorrow morning? This is our final section, your new daily system. Think of it as your 24-hour action plan. And here's the best part, it's so simple. So tomorrow, here's your new plan. Step 1, and I mean this, do not write a to-do list. Step 2, identify your one win. What's that one critical task? 3, open your calendar and block out 60 to 90 minutes for it, ideally first thing in the morning. 4, and this one is absolutely critical, put your phone in a different room. Seriously. 5, you work on that one task and only that task until your calendar alarm goes off. And finally, step 6, repeat. Do it again the next day and the next.
And this really gets to the core of it all. Here's the final, crucial insight. Your to-do list can grow forever. It's infinite. But your time? That's fixed. You only get 24 hours in a day. The world's highest achievers focus on managing the thing that's fixed, their time. Everyone else is stuck trying to manage an infinite, impossible list.
So let's leave you with this really powerful thought. Your life is going to change the moment your calendar stops being a suggestion box for things you might get around to and becomes your commander, telling you exactly what you will accomplish. So, the final question really is for you. Are you ready to finally throw out that guilt machine? Are you ready to stop managing an infinite list of failures and start commanding your finite, precious time?